Next on Worcester News tonight, a music teacher accused of raping a child faces a judge. The new details we're learning. Plus, the PawSox president stopping by Worcester today for a historical tour of the city. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. PawSox President Charles Steinberg back in the city tonight, almost 1 week after the PawSox announced they're moving to the city. Today, he was here learning more about the city's history. Our Cam Jandro joins us now live with more. Cam?
That's right, Anna. Now that the PawSox are planning to move to the city, Steinberg says he was invited to take a tour and learn more about the city's history and its historic sites. Steinberg says they began the day at the Worcester Historical Museum, where they learned more about the city's past. He says they were overwhelmed by the large amount of artifacts which would go into shaping the design of the ballpark.
We haven't even started to design the ballpark yet, and we want that to be a community experience. There are so many people who might say, oh, I wish you would do this, or I would love for you to do this. So it's an opportunity for us to start to learn the city, to learn its history, and to continue to meet people, which has been one of the most rewarding aspects so far.
Steinberg says the process that ultimately led up to the decision of the PawSox moving to Worcester was influenced a lot by the outpouring of affection from the city. Construction is set to begin on the park in July of 2019. Anna?
Thanks, Cam. City Manager Edward Augustus says attention from the PawSox move has more developers looking at Worcester. He says the city and Chamber of Commerce have gotten a number of calls from companies who have never operated in the city and are now looking at land. Augustus is also addressing the Worcester Bravehearts' concerns from Tuesday's City Council meeting. General Manager Dave Peterson said he was troubled with the process and believes the Bravehearts should have had a seat at the table. Meanwhile, Augustus says the Bravehearts have always been part of the conversation.
I think if people ask the Bravehearts, I spoke with John Creedon and them 25 times, if not more, throughout this entire process. I sat in rooms with them and the PawSox management trying to come up with a deal that worked. So the Bravehearts have always been on everybody's mind.
Augustus also says, as someone who was born and raised in Worcester, he's never experienced this degree of civic pride from the community. Worcester held a city field day Thursday on the Worcester Common Oval. The event featured music, food trucks, a rock climbing wall, and bungee trampoline. The city also held a friendly rivalry wiffle ball game, Press against the City.
We're showing a League of Their Own tonight, so we thought what better way to celebrate and pay homage to a League of Their Own than having two teams play. We've been having this ongoing thing with the media for about 3 years, and so we said what better fun kind of trivial game than wiffle ball. And to pay homage, let's get an all-women's team to play another all-women's team.
It was a hard-fought battle, but Press came back in the top of the fifth, scoring 3 runs for the win. Well, switching gears now, a longtime music teacher is now charged with 4 counts of rape of a child. The alleged crimes happened about 9 years ago. The student was a 4th grader at the time. Today, Steve Jazik faced a judge. Our Olivia Lemon has the story.
A former teacher appears in Worcester Superior Court Thursday. Steve Jazik taught music in Auburn for years. He is charged with 4 counts of rape of a child. Prosecutors say the alleged crimes took place 9 years ago at the former Julia Bancroft School. The 62-year-old is retired but still teaches private music lessons.
These assaults would take place during school hours and on school property.
Jazik has been married for 20 years and has a 14-year-old son. Prosecutors say he is facing the potential of spending the rest of his life in prison, but his lawyer says he has no criminal record.
He's shocked and confused by these allegations. He denies that any and all of them occurred.
Jazik posted his $5,000 cash bail, and while he didn't speak to reporters after court, his lawyer did say this.
He looks forward to having his day in court, and that's all I'm going to say.
That was our Olivia Lemon reporting. Jazik is on a GPS tracking device in order to stay away from anyone under the age of 14 other than his own child. He's due back in court on September 24th. In an effort to increase recycling, more than $2.5 million is distributed to almost 250 municipalities across the state. State leaders are trying to increase recycling while also educating people on what can and cannot be recycled. The $2.6 million grant will be used for funding programs to help reduce waste and maximize a Recycle Smart initiative launched this week by the Department of Environmental Protection. City leaders say Worcester is experiencing major momentum this past week with the announcement of the PawSox and Canal District redevelopment plan. But the growth doesn't end there. Today, the Massachusetts Port Authority confirming big news for the Worcester Regional Airport. Our Brittany Schaefer spoke to them today and has the details.
A third major airline is coming to Worcester Regional Airport, and it's offering a new destination.
It's a player that's a national airline. People are going to be excited when they hear about the destination that's going to be in play, and that will also be a destination that will allow connecting flights probably all over the United States.
The announcement, expected Tuesday, will be the second from a commercial carrier adding service this year. Massport Board Chairman Lou Evangelitis says the momentum of the Worcester Airport is growing.
We have the initial flights with JetBlue and the commitment, and then the flights to New York and the connecting flights out of New York, but then to get the American flights coming now, starting very shortly to Philadelphia. So it's going to be another great step forward for us as a region and for the airport specifically.
The Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce says another airline and destination will only open the doors for Worcester economically.
The more people we bring in and out of here, the more they're going to be spending money. I think it just further enhances the city and the region in terms of its connectivity to places around the country and around the globe.
Chamber President Tim Murray says the airport's convenience and now added flight options will be a no-brainer for local residents.
Tolls cost money, parking costs money, and people in central Massachusetts and beyond can conveniently and affordably get to Worcester Regional Airport and still get to any place they want to around the globe now.
Evangelitis couldn't reveal the exact airline or destination, but says it's significant.
I just think this is just a continuation of that positive momentum. We all feel it. If you've been around Worcester long enough, you know this is for real, this is different, and we're well on our way to something real special, and I think this is just another step in that big picture.
This JetBlue sign will soon be accompanied by an American Airlines sign and then a third major mystery airline, which will be announced right here at the Worcester Regional Airport on Tuesday at 9 a.m. At ORH, Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
Now to an update on a story we brought you last month. As part of their summer reading program, the city of Worcester has read more than 1.5 million minutes this year. The program aims to encourage people to read at least 20 minutes a day. 2018 saw more than 2,000 participants read for roughly 9 weeks. The library says they hit their goal of 1 million minutes a month early and wanted to add an additional 100,000 minutes before the end of the summer. This year, more than 900 of the readers were children. It's something administrators have said the district needs for years. The current South High Community School is 40 years old and has had several issues over the past years. Today, the city broke ground on a new school. Our Chandler Walsh was there and has more.
Construction begins on the new South High Community School. It's somewhat bittersweet for Worcester Public Schools Superintendent Maureen Benenda, who started teaching here when the school opened in 1978. She also spent years as its principal.
I have vivid, wonderful memories of thousands of children, that really attended this school and are still in our community.
The city broke ground for the new South High Thursday.
2, 3.
Benenda says after realizing there was a great need.
We just need to offer our students many more opportunities and, updated technologies.
Mayor Joseph Petty says the school will be state-of-the-art with turf fields, a media center, performance areas, and science labs. It will also add vocational opportunities like culinary arts, early childhood, and diesel mechanics for students.
This is going to be a wonderful school when it's built.
It's a project Petty has spent years pushing for.
This new school represents an investment in our future, the Worcester Public Schools. over $200 million alone.
The budget for the new school costs about $209 million. The Massachusetts School Building Authority is investing $112 million into the project.
We're able to partner with every single city in town, and Worcester actually gets our highest reimbursement rate of 80%.
The school will be built behind the current South High and will be complete for the 2021 school year. Benenda says it's a large part of the district's improvements.
People should really look at the Worcester Public Schools and say, well, I really want my child to go there.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.